Shalom. I'd like to start off by saying Barak Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rachakwadash. This is pretty much going to be the image of Yahushai. Pretty much what you're looking at before you is a still of or the thumbnail that was taken of the live show yesterday, and I had to restart it because I forgot, to hit a certain button, so I had to restart. But usually what I do is I take stills of whatever's, whatever, either up in the sky or anything that may be of interest, and I just happen to just take a picture up into the sky, and this was a thumbnail for it. Now, within this video, there's a brother that made a comment named Judah the Prince, and it says, Shalom, Apostle, Kal Haloyim, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rachakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutations to the Akim teaching the truth throughout the four corners of the world. I speak as a humble man. In the beginning of the video, it appears to be an image of the Lord Yahushai face in the clouds. And what I did was I went to snag it, and I actually blew it up. You can see here's the same one, Apostles of Great Millstone. Oh, I gotta fix that. Great Millstone. It's Millstone. I gotta change that and do it in a few. And you can see this is the image the brother's speaking about. You can see over here, this is part of the afro. This is a part of the head right here, forehead right here. This is another part of the afro on this side. Then you can see kind of like the eyes, nose, lips, and then here you can see the beard. This is the beard here, right here. So I can see what the brother was saying. It kind of looks like an actual image that's there of Yahushai, Yahushai looking down. And this is what the Lord, looks like according to the scriptures. Now what we're going to do is go through a few precepts. Daniel 7 and 9, I beheld till the thrones were cast down, and the Ancient of Days did sit. The Ancient of Days is the Most High, Yahweh. It says whose garment was white as snow, and the hair of his head like the pure wool. So it's speaking about the hair of the Most High's head is like the pure wool. As you see here, this is white and woolly, an afro, so you could understand. Now some people may be able to see it, other people may not. But, that's what it does look like. It looks like an image, of a face. And, this is, the Lord is constantly watching and looking over Israel, especially the ones doing his work that are of the hopeful elect. Let's go real quick to Psalms 34 and 7. It says, the angel of the Lord encampeth round about them that fear him and delivereth them. So you always have the angels around. You have, the Most High Yahushai, their presence is always around. So, that brother happened to catch this, and it's heavy because you really can't see, when you play the video, you really can't see that well. When you play it, sometimes it comes on at a split second, and sometimes it doesn't, So that was the spirit that had the brother see that video. The picture and the image, because it's just a thumbnail. So it says that the hair of the Most High's head was like the pure wool, his throne was like the fiery flame, and his wheels as burning fire. This is dealing with the chariots. So I went here first just to show you that the Most High, the hair on the Most High's head is like pure wool, just like you've seen in this picture. A woolly afro, and then you see the woolly kinky beard, if you could see it. Before I move on to the next precept, let's go real quick to Revelation, and we did this before, the first chapter, we're just going to go straight to the point, verse, it says his head and his hairs were white like wool. They'll try to say that his head was white. But when we go to the same precept, I'm not sure if it was the NLT. Let's see. Nope, it was the NIV, I believe it was. We had did this before. And when you read the NIV, the hair on his head was white like wool, and that's what it means. You know, that the hair on top of Yahushua's head, his eyebrows, his eyelashes, his mustache, his beard, his afro were white and woolly. And when you look at woolly hair is not stringy hair like so-called white people have, you know, which are the Edomites. You know, it's woolly hair is more close to so-called black people's hair, so you can understand, you know, that woolly, bushy type texture hair. So the Lord Yahushua says the hair on his head was white like wool, as white as snow, and his eyes were like blazing fire. His feet were like bronze, glowing in the furnace. So he had the color of his feet. In the King James it says brass, but here it says bronze, which is even darker than brass. You know, and if you take that and burn it in the furnace, it's going to come out very dark. And that's the feet of him. Why? Because the Apostle John was looking at the feet of Yahushua, because he was clothed with a garment from top to bottom. The only thing that you could really see was his feet, because, you know, back then they wore sandals, and he saw the feet of Yahushua, that they were very, very dark. So when we read in Daniel 7 and 9 that the Most High had white woolly hair, and we read in John 14 and 8, Philip saith unto him, Lord, show us the Father, and it sufficeth us. Yahushua saith unto him, have I been so long time with you, and yet hast thou not known me, Philip? He that hath seen me hath seen the Father. What does that mean? Because some people take that to mean that Yahushua is the Father, and that's not the case, because there's many instances in the scriptures where Yahushua was praying to the Father, was praying for the elect to the Father. You know, saying that he was saying in other scriptures that my Father is greater than I. I came to do the bidding of my Father, the work of my Father, so on and so forth. So what does this mean? He that hath seen me hath seen the Father, and I'll say, thou show us the Father, meaning that Yahushua looked exactly like the Most High, just like you see the description of the Most High in Daniel, the 7th chapter, is the same way that Yahushua is described, as a dark-skinned man with white woolly hair. And when we go to Hebrews, the 1st chapter, and the 1st verse, it says, the Most High, who at sundry times and in divers manners spake in time past unto the fathers by the prophets, hath in these last days spoken unto us by his Son, whom he hath appointed heir of all things, by whom also he made the worlds. Because Yahushua was there at the beginning with the angels, the Alahayim, creating everything. It says, who being the brightness of his glory and the express image of his person. So he looked exactly like the Most High. In other words, the expression they use today is he was a spitting image of his Father. So the word express image comes from the the Greek word karakter, which is where you get the word character. It says the instrument used for engraving or carving, the mark stamped upon the instrument or wrought out a mark or figure burned in or stamped on an impression, the exact expression, the image of any person or thing. Mark, likeness, precise reproduction in every respect. An example, facsimile. So this is the best definition out of all of them, is that he looked exactly like him. He looks exactly like the Heavenly Father. Alright? So he was a facsimile, meaning a copy, you know, of what the Most High looks like. So that's why it says that who being the brightness of his glory and the express image of his person, upholding all things by the word of his power, when he had by himself purged our sins, sat down on the right hand of the majesty on high. So how can you sit on the right hand of yourself? You know? So Yahushua looked exactly like his Father. So when the brother made the statement here that he saw, it looks like an image of Yahushua's face in the clouds, you know, that's what he saw. And it was a split second thing. So You know, that was totally the spirit that the brother saw that. You know, so you have the, like I said, this is the outline of the afro. Over here, same thing. And then you can start, here is like the face, you know, the forehead, you know, this is the face right here. Then you have mustache, the beard, you know, the nose, you know, kind of like, you can't really see the eyes too well, you know, but you could kind of see the outline of that. And this was just a random picture that was taken for a thumbnail, you know. So just to let you know, the Lord is always watching, you know, always looking over his men, you know, making sure that they're protected and safe. You know, so with that, you know, I pray that your brothers have been edified. To the next time I say shalom.